Alexa, welcome in. Sorry if my mic is like way louder than Spotify. Convert. Oh, that's not what I wanted. An error occurred. Okay. Sorry. Give me a second. I'm trying to get a like game trailer converted to. Why is this not working? Converted to a video, so that way I can have something to write music to. The overwhelming consensus on the YouTube or on the Instagram poll was to do video game music. I'm not doing Subnautica today. I am doing something a little bit different. Jay's out of here since it's not Subnautica. Alright, let's see if I can figure out how to do this. I think it's... Is it Z... Game... Visualizer. Here, I'll show you guys what I'm doing here. Let's see... Video... Image? Add content. Add videos. Probably shouldn't show you guys this stuff, but whatever. We'll switch back for a second. Alright, what was this one called? Where is it? Oh. All files. There we go. There we go. Okay, let's see here. Background, image. Image source, this. I didn't even check to see if this will work. Okay, let me pause the music here. Close enough. Alright. Let's see. How are you guys doing? Alexa, it's been a while. Hope you're doing well. Welcome in. I gotta figure out how to get this video on here. And I think I can show you guys now. So, what we're working with today. Image. It should just work from image. Okay, I guess not. That's strange. Text terrain scenes? No. Post process. Okay, I might give up on this here in about 2 seconds. Sorry, I got home from work a little later than usual again. This is the second week in a row, which is frustrating, given that I'm trying to stream. Why is this not working? Alright, here's what we're gonna... No, it's just... Oh, that's why. I'm an idiot. I'm a complete idiot. I did YouTube to MP3 and not YouTube download. I was like, why is it not showing anything? Okay. Okay, that's apparently sketchy. Nope. Nope. Oh, and my desk lights just went out. That's awesome. MP4. Let's try that. Alexa, I am sorry. That's a bummer. But, you know, if you're not too sad about it, you know, usually there's additional opportunities, which are great. It's always a nice thing. So, go back into the office to say goodbye. Honestly, I don't know that they would love that, but, you know, you probably could get away with it. Okay, MP4. Can I... 720 is fine. That's fine. Download. Okay. Now, there we go. Alright, now let's go into here. Add video. There we go. Hey. Why is it not? Okay. Alright, we're bringing you guys back again. Third time. Amanda! Welcome in. Man, everyone's here. Goodbye letters is a good way to go. Yeah, no, I hear you. That's frustrating. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do since I'm having an issue with trying to figure out how to get this thing to work. Since it's just doing this over and over. And this doesn't seem to do anything. Okay, we're just gonna pull up the file and do it the old school way. Okay, so if you guys are Nintendo fans, you might know the Metroid Prime 4 trailer dropped like a day or two ago. I'm a big fan of Metroid. You guys voted on my Instagram to have me do some video game music. So I figured this is kind of the perfect storm here. So here's the trailer. We'll probably just leave this part the same music-wise because there's not a whole lot. And then this intro part's pretty sick. Because they have this classic, like, kind of chanting thing. So I'm thinking from here is when I would start doing the music. So obviously, like, kind of a sci-fi horror vibe. Kind of like Alien is what they've got right now. I want to take it, obviously, in a more electronic direction. I think electronic music with Metroid is a great idea. Nintendo obviously went with a much more classic Metroid sound, which I think makes sense, and I'm happy about. But so that's the whole thing. I don't know what else. Oh, yeah, there's this little snippet at the end. which is this cool little alien planet scene. Feels kind of like Pandora from the Avatar movie, the Blue People Avatar. So, anyways, this is what I'm going with. I think starting from like here. So, I just love this like it's like techie and like futuristic. I think it's a really cool vibe. So, that being said, let's see what we can do here. I'm going to turn up the BPM a little bit because this is going to be a little bit of a faster song. Sorry, not trying to ignore you guys at all. I am so stoked that the 3 of you are in here. I haven't had 3 people in a stream in a long time, which is understandable because obviously it's not COVID anymore. And, you know, during COVID, everyone was just chilling at home with nothing to do. So I could stream and you guys would all be, you know, sitting around. And I would get to entertain you, which was great. But things have changed. So I'm glad that you're here. I think this is a really cool start. Honestly, me too. I don't watch Twitch hardly ever. And I kept forgetting to like stream because I would stream for like a couple weeks and then I would forget about it or get busy. And then usually what would happen is I would have the idea to stream and then Jay would just so happen to Instagram message me like within a week of me having the idea, and then I would be like, yeah, I should probably stream. All right, we're just gonna YOLO G minor here, and that's gonna be the key that we're gonna work in. Also, since the 3, yeah, that's a great question. Who am I? Since the 3 of you are in here and you are all longtime fans of my music and fans of the Twitch stream and what I've been doing, you will be the first. Wow, what the heck? You will be the first to know that I have new music coming out in 3 weeks. So July 11th, I have a new song coming out on Skycap, so it'll be on everything, and it's only that far out because in order to get it in front of as many people as I can, so like everyone who follows my Skycap Spotify and everything, I need to submit it to distribution like a month early. So unfortunately, I just finished it recently, and it takes a while. So, but yes, music coming soon, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully after that I'll have another release lined up for August, and then I might have some stuff in September, and then I might take like a month off, and then I'm either gonna have new music in November or like January. Probably won't do anything in December because that tends to be, you know, the Christmas month. It gets inundated with Christmas music. Let's drop this down an octave. Okay, let's see. That's a little too, like... I know. Time goes by so fast nowadays. Especially when I've been trying to plan out my song releases a little bit more, and that kind of stuff has been happening where it's like, oh my goodness, like if I plan 3 months in advance, like, or 6 months in advance, it feels like I'm already at Christmas time. Okay, so this is what we're gonna work with. We're gonna rename this, what did I say, G minor. And then we're gonna call this just like pad. Yo, Alexa, thank you so much. That's so kind of you. Yeah, I really want to make it a priority to like I've been making a ton of music and I haven't been sharing a ton of it, partially because I really want to get good at making music. I also want to make sure that I'm like sharing stuff that feels authentic to myself, but at the same time, I feel like I've done you guys a little bit of a disservice by not sharing what I've been doing. Because I mean, I honestly had so much fun. Like 2020 to like 2021, like that kind of golden era of like my Port City time. It was just a blast. I had so much fun with you guys. And then I feel like I got too in my head about like I need to make things professional and perfect and stuff, and then I kind of lost sight of the like I just want to share the things I'm passionate about with people. And so I'm trying to recapture some of that energy. So I will. Yeah, right. In some ways, the pandemic was a great time. In a lot of ways, it wasn't. But there were some. We'll say there were some like. You know how sometimes there's like a scene where there's like a dark room and then there's like a light shining in through a window on like a tree or something. That's what I think of, is like everything else was like dark and sad and grim, and you know, our kind of like the cool little community we had in Twitch and a lot of that stuff was kind of the light inside the darkness. So okay, I want to do some like really that's so good. I love that. Okay, let's you know, that's a great point. What is professional? I don't even know at this point. I don't know what I'm doing, but I have fun with it. So anyways, with that being said, streams are back. Streams are back every Thursday, except for in 2 weeks. 4th of July is on a Thursday, so that's not going to work too well. Because I will not be at home. I will be in Boise visiting my parents. But other than that, generally speaking, Thursdays will be music making streams. Like I said, I've been making a ton of music, and I've really been enjoying it, and I want to share that process with you guys again, because I've not been good about that. Some of it, like the music making process, is like very vulnerable. And as I've tried to get better at making music, like the vulnerabilities kind of come out a bit. And that's a little bit hard for me to do. I'm not the most vulnerable person, so. Yeah, we'll have to revamp the stream here a little bit when I get some time, but get some emotes in. Redo some of the channel points. I think I still have the lights connected. Maybe. They might not be, though. No, Craig is an integral part of the stream. I also hope to be doing some more Subnautica streams here before too long as well, because those are really fun. So the occasional like weekend that I have free, you know, like a Saturday morning, little Saturday morning cartoon replacement, you know. Let's see. Let's do Tom's. Okay, so quick little fun fact for you guys. I've been trying to reframe my mind around how to use samples well. I know you guys have watched the stream a bit, and you might have like a rough idea of samples, but let me show you like a cool little thing that I found. So a lot of times there's samples. Let's just go like, where's the guitars? Why can't I find it? Guitar. Okay, so a lot of times there's sample packs, right? This actually happens to be the exact one. So if you guys know the song, what's that super popular Sabrina Carpenter song? Espresso. This is literally the guitar loop from that song. So like the guy who made that song, like he did other stuff to it, obviously, but like the main parts of that song is this guitar loop, which is literally just a splice sample, which is so cool that it's like, oh, this guy just found like a great sample and then just like turned it into, you know, one of the top pop songs out right now. So with that being said, I've been trying to be better about, whoops, where is that cinematic top? Like if I just find like a really good loop, just taking it and using it instead of being like, oh, I absolutely need to change it up or something. So just a different way to think about music. It's kind of the like, what's the idea of the like steal? There's like I don't know, like steal like an artist kind of an idea. Like inspiration is just like stealing with your own flavor or something. Okay, so let's figure out, these aren't cutting through super great. It is interesting. Jay, what? Interesting. On-screen celebration. Thank you for, I'm assuming you just redeemed bits, so I appreciate that. Unfortunately, no on-screen celebration happened as far as I'm aware. Maybe it did, and I just missed it. That's another thing I'll have to do, because I like messed with the channel quite a bit, and there's like, okay, so this is like right in there, so we need to take this thing down. Let's cut it like here, and then we'll put what's called a transient processor on this. If I can find it there. Oh, okay. Interesting. All right. And Kameo, welcome in. Wow, we got so many people in here. This is crazy. All right. These are still a little bit too. There we go. That's better. And let's see if we can change up this. There's like a okay, so let's just do this, actually. Okay. That way there's not that, like... Okay, I want this to be like the second one. So let's just take, the nice thing about samples too is I can literally just like take this initial tom and then I can just use it. All right, Amanda. Thank you for jumping in. It's a blast having you in here for a minute. Yeah, VOD should be hopefully live on YouTube. I know last week I had a little issue with it, but I think I fixed it this time, so we should be good to go. Otherwise, I think it'll still live on Twitch, maybe, but we'll see. No worries. Like I said, I'll be live next week, same time, same place. So, have fun at the movie, whatever movie you're going to see. GamerTunes did win, so we're working on a song to go with this trailer. So I'll play it real quick, part of it. So this is kind of the vibe that we're going for. This, like, it's called Metroid Prime 4. It's a game coming out for the Nintendo Switch next year. I'm a big fan of the series, but it's this kind of like sci-fi alien. It's like a little like thriller kind of space shooter. So super fun game. This game has been in the works for a long time. So oh, that's super cool. Yeah, have fun with that, and hopefully we'll see you next week. Okay, I don't want this to be like too like. So let's do this. That doesn't sound right. And then we'll do the like double hit one here. No. And then we'll go back to just a normal one here. And then we'll go into this kind of like big old tom thing. Okay, let's see if we can muddy this pad up quite a bit. It's a little too like tonal for me, if that makes sense. So how the heck are we gonna do that? I mean, normally I'd just throw like a bunch of reverb on it. Let's just try that. So I've got this reverb called Supermassive that's literally just meant to like make things sound like super washed out. I mean, I could always try something else too. Let's try a different. I think part of the problem is I'm using these like choir sounds. Okay, we're gonna run with this, and then what we're gonna do. Oh, I could use this. I could 100% use this. I just got this plugin the other day, and I haven't used it on anything yet, and I'm super stoked. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We are gonna stick with just a classic analog basic shapes. Okay, so quick little history lesson for you guys. The way that electronic music works is really broken down into like a couple of major basic shapes. So there's wavetables, right? You've got like a wave, which is what sound is produced out of, right? So the building blocks of electronic music are based on different wave shapes. So, for example, right here you've got a sine wave, right? So it just is a consistent up and down. And that sounds like this, right? So you've got, where's C? This is a C. And it's just kind of that consistent tone, right? Because it's a constant, like, going up and down at a consistent velocity, right? So, and then you've got other shapes. So, if you look at this wavetable here, you can see we've got all these different shapes, and then you can change the position. So this is a line, so this is a saw wave, because it goes immediately up, and then it follows down, and then goes immediately up. And it produces that kind of buzzy sound. The next one is this triangle. It's kind of like a sine, but because there's these peaks where it goes immediately down and then immediately up, it's not as fluid. But the one that I want is this. The square. So, we're going to start with this, and we're going to build a little arpeggio out of it, and then we're going to muddy it up and make it sound crazy. So let's do an EQ. I'm going to filter out most of the low end because we want this to be nice and fast and bright and crazy. So because again, this is a video game, so let's make it kind of sound like an old school video game. And see, we'll see if this sounds any good, because it might not. Okay. We're going to need that to be way faster. All right, let's see here. Jay, I heard you guys were having a heat wave, but it was only like not that hot. Is that true? There we go. Okay. Well, that was the joke. Like, the headlines that I saw were like, oh, it's like 75 degrees or something. But apparently it's humid over there or something. I don't know. The only reason I thought of it is because I saw the article like a day or two ago, and then a bunch of people on Twitter were going on about it. Okay, so now that we have this, let's actually bring it down a little bit. Yeah, humidity sucks. I'm not a fan. 25 degrees Celsius. What is 25 degrees Celsius? Okay, what can we do with this? This is a very old plugin that I got for free because the company was like not gonna support it anymore. I don't really know how to use it, so 77. Yeah, that's like Yeah, it's 80 degrees here right now, so that's kind of cool, but there's a little clicking in it, so let's replace it with... I really like thermal. It's just such a cool plugin. There's so much stuff in here. Let's try one of these rhythmic ones and see what happens. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, here's what we're going to do, and this is... My favorite part about making music is there's rules, but then to get the interesting stuff, you just have to break all the rules, which is great. So we're going to do something kind of crazy here, and we're going to double up on the distortion. Okay. I apologize if it's like a little bit painful to listen to, but we're gonna do... Let's try this. Let's see what this sounds like. Okay, now, since we've made this like crazy thing, I've been addicted to this plugin recently. And when I say addicted, I quite literally mean I've been putting it on like everything. So this is what's called a granulator, granulizer. I'm not sure which one is correct. But what it does is it'll take this input. So this is like arpeggio that we built, which I'm actually going to put on its own channel here. So this little ARP thing that we built from the ground up, that will go in here. So it'll take the input of this, and then it'll run it through, and it'll just take all of the sounds and then like mangle them up and come up with all these crazy little like washed out glitchy sounding things. Kind of like this one. And then okay, so I apologize, this might sound like super weird for a minute, so if you turn the volume down, totally understand. I'm gonna play it. It prints out like a waveform down here after a couple minutes, and then I can just drag that in, and then we can like cut it up and even play with it more. So I'm just gonna let this play. But yeah, breaking the rules, best thing to do in music, especially this kind of stuff. Like electronic music, there's really no rules at all because there's so much like weird microtonal stuff. As long as it sounds good, and for some people that's super relative. But like I don't know music theory at all, right? So so for example, like it doesn't really matter. Again, as long as it's gonna sound halfway decent. So let's do this. And then we're gonna do two things to this. Actually, I'm gonna put this on a different channel just so we don't have all sorts of weird muddying up happening. Okay. Just so that you guys know, Jay was the only one in here last week, but I'm only gonna go till right about 6. Because basically the arrangement that I've got going on right now is I stream right until April gets home, and then once she gets home, we hang out. And we don't have a ton of time together today because she's going to babysit our friend's baby. So with that being said, I got like 15 more minutes of the stream, just so you know. Okay, so now what we're going to do 2 things. We're going to do an LFO tool. So what LFO tool does, and you've seen this plugin before probably, is it drops the volume, like the volume follows whatever the blue line does. So it drops the volume initially, and then it raises it back up. And so what that's going to do is, this is obviously not synced to the grid at all. You can see it's kind of like randomly coming in and out. And so this will give it some sort of like semblance of like adherence to this grid, so it's not clashing with all these other elements. So that's totally fair, Jay. That's why I'm trying to stream more, so that I'm not losing out on time with you guys. Okay, so we're gonna try doing Supermassive again. So this thing is just gonna be like crazy big, and I want it to be really rhythmic too. So we'll just see what this sounds like. I don't know why it's struggling so much. I don't love what it's doing, but hear me out. We can do another auto chroma. So now that we've got all these crazy, weird, like glitchy things, let's make more of them, because why not? Okay, so here's the cool thing. We're just gonna like cut this up a bunch. Let's just do this. And then we're just gonna go through and just randomly like delete pieces of it. That one was like a little too much. I'll delete that. Let's delete this. And that. And this piece. And then we'll delete like this piece and is this one. And this is one. Okay. Reading Dune, and this song kind of vibes with it. That's sweet. Okay, this is getting like super weird, but I think it's kind of cool. Who reads in 2024? don't know. I might have muddied this up a little bit too much. I'm going to try a couple more things in here. See if we can find something strange. And then if we can't, then we'll just... Okay, let's grab this video here, and then we'll try and... Okay, I think it's kind of fitting the vibe. It's not my favorite thing ever. To be fair, I've also picked like potentially the hardest thing that I could have to make music around. But we're gonna do this real quick. We're gonna go drum and bass. Like, I want a drum and bass drum loop. If you don't know what drum and bass is, a lot of times it's featured in like rhythm games. And it's like, it also kind of has a classic history of video game type stuff. And I feel like drum and bass would be really cool for Metroid. I read a book last year, actually. I think I read quite a few books last year. I've not read one this year, though. Okay, something we did somewhere is, like, making this thing struggle, so... Let's see if... Let's go... Loop, and then drums. I'm just gonna grab... This is like a classic drum and bass loop. And we're gonna... I just am curious what it's gonna sound like. The rest of the track. Like, is that something that could be cool? Okay, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to end it where we've got it right now, which is this. We've got this plucky thing that's really like a, it's kind of like a drum texture. And then we've got these like really kind of eerie background chords. And this big tom thing. So we're just going to leave it like that for now. Next week, depending on if I work on this again or not next week, I can take this video and put it into FL Studio, and then everything will be time synced, so I can actually like watch it while I'm making the music. I'll figure out how to do that, which will help. And then we might switch things up a bit. We might make it like a little bit faster, because the trailer here, and I think the music with it shows that a little bit better than what I'm doing. I guess maybe not. It's just a little more eerie. The progression's a little faster. So yeah, I kind of want to speed this up a little bit, which I did with the BPM up here, but we'll add some sort of melodic thing in there to like kind of amp up the stakes a little bit, you know, make it sound a little more intense. And then yeah, we can time the music in with the video too, which is sweet. So yeah, get some explosions in there, get some lasers and stuff. It'd be kind of fun. So anyways, with that being said, thank you guys so much for jumping in here. It was honestly fantastic. Fantastic to have people in the stream again. Super fun. I love it. And yeah, I will be back next week, same time. I don't know if you guys have seen, I've been posting some more stuff on YouTube too. I've been sitting down like in parks and stuff, making some music with like nature sounds and stuff. So that's been really fun. And then yeah, like I said, I've got new music coming out July 11th. So I'll post about that later. But yeah, it was great having you guys in here. Hopefully you guys come back again soon. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. See you guys later.